Jai Sai Ram, Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 7, Part 1. Wonderful Incarnation, Behavior of Sai Baba, His Yoga Practices, His All-Pervasiveness, Leper Devotees Service, Master Kabade's Plague Case, Going to Pandharpur. Wonderful Incarnation. Sai Baba knew all yogic practices. He was well versed in the 6 processes including Dauti, stomach cleaning by a moistened piece of linen, 3 inches in breadth and 22.5 inches in length. Kanda Yoga, that is separating his limbs and joining them again, and Samadhi, etc. If you think that he was a Hindu, he looked like a Yavan. If you think him to be a Yavan, he looked like a pious Hindu. No one definitely knew whether he was a Hindu or a Mohammedan. He celebrated the Hindu festival of Ramanavami with all due formalities and at the same time permitted the sandal procession of the Mohammedans. He encouraged wrestling bouts in their festival and gave good prizes to winners. When the Gokulashtami came, he got the Gopal Kala ceremony duly performed, and on Eid festivals, he allowed Mohammedans to say their prayers, namaz, in his masjid. Once in the Muharram festival, some Mohammedans proposed to construct a tajia or tabut in the masjid, keep it there for some time, and afterwards take it in procession through the village. Sai Baba allowed the keeping of the tabut for 4 days, and on the 5th day removed it out of the masjid without the least compunction. If we say that he was a Mohammedan, his ears were pierced. If you think that he was a Hindu, he advocated the practice of circumcision. Though, according to Mr. Nana Sahib Chandorkar, who observed him closely, he was not himself circumcised. If you call him Hindu, he always lived in the masjid. If Mohammedan, he always had the duni, sacred fire there. And the following things which are contrary to Mohammedan religion: grinding on the handmill, blowing of the conch and bells, oblation in the fire, bhajan, giving food and worship of Baba's feet by means of arghya were always allowed there. If you think that he was a Mohammedan, the best of Brahmins and Agrihotris, leaving aside their orthodox ways, fell prostrate at his feet. Those who went to make enquiries about his nationality were dumbfounded and were captured by his darshana. So, none could definitely decide whether Sai Baba was a Hindu or a Mohammedan. This is no wonder, for he who completely surrenders himself to the Lord by getting rid of his egoism and body consciousness thus becomes one with him and has nothing to do with any question of caste or nationality. Such a one as Sai Baba was saw no difference between caste and even beings and beings. He took meat and fish with fakirs and did not grumble when dogs touched his dishes with their mouths. Note: Makalsabadi, an intimate Shirdi devotee of Baba, who always slept with him in the masjid and chavdi, said that Sai Baba told him that he was a Brahmin of Patari and was handed over to a fakir in his infancy, and when he told this, some men from Patari had come, and Baba was inquiring about some men from that place. White Sai Leela, 1924, page 179. Mrs. Kashibai Kanitkar, the famous learned woman of Pune, says in the Experience number 8, published on page 79, Sai Leela, volume 11 of 1934, on hearing of Baba's miracles, we were discussing, according to our theosophic convention and fashion, whether Sai Baba belonged to black or white lodge. When once I went to Shirdi, I was thinking seriously about this in my mind. As soon as I approached the steps of the masjid, Baba came to the front and pointing to his chest and staring at me spoke rather vehemently, "This is a Brahmin, pure Brahmin. He has nothing to do with black things. No Musalman can dare to step in here. He dare not." Again pointing to his chest, "This Brahmin can bring lakhs of men on the white path and take them to their destination. This is a Brahmin's masjid, and I won't allow any black Mohammedan to cast his shadow here." Such a unique and wonderful incarnation was Sai Baba. On account of the merit of many births, I had good fortune to sit at his feet and enjoy his blessed company. The joy and delight I derived therefrom was incomparable. In fact, Sai Baba was pure Anand and consciousness. I cannot sufficiently describe him, his greatness and uniqueness. He who took delight at his feet was established in his own self. Many sannyasis, sadhakas, and all sorts of men aspiring for salvation came to Sai Baba. He always walked, talked, and laughed with them and always uttered with his tongue, Allah Malik. He never liked discussion or arguments. He was always calm and controlled. Though irritable at times, always preached full Vedanta, and nobody knew till the last who was Baba. Princes and poor people were treated alike by him. He knew the inmost secret of all, and when he gave expressions to them, all were surprised. He was the repository of all knowledge. Still, he feigned ignorance. He also disliked honor. Such were the characteristics of Sai Baba. Though he had a human body, his deeds testified to his goodhood. All people considered him as the Lord God of Shirdi. Jai Sai Ram.